Hey, Dennis O'Brien here on Let's Talk About It. I'm real happy to be here tonight. For a while there, I was worried. Susan messaged me and said she would be late.
But
and
I'm
she
here.
just walked in. She's here. And we have our, one of our favorite guests we've ever had.
Oh, please.
Yes, we
Well,
are.
definitely not
We
one
have
of them. Our favorite guest.
Our favorite guest.
David Foster.
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome,
Good
David.
evening. Nice to be here. Just got off parole. I'm glad to be here. And,
Yeah, well, we're thrilled that you're here, and we're thrilled for all the amazing work that you do. And let's right away tell everybody what's happening on December 9th.
we're having a concert for the Soup Kitchen.
Yay!
Thanks to Klaus Larson up there.
Yes.
He's the new angel for the Soup Kitchen. He's producing it, and he's just been incredible. And what a joy to have a partner. I needed one. I was getting tired. I kept on slinging it out there, and I needed some help because
partners are great to have.
It's
and
nice,
having Klaus who can help you out with your house.
He put a Klaus on my house.
Exactly.
The tree fell on my house. I forgot to tell you.
Oh my God! It happened to us too.
Yeah.
We joined the club of the.
Well, we lost some
people that
vehicles,
were-
too. That was 10 years ago, 12 years
But I
ago.
mean, old trees. It's too bad. Even the old trees are. You know what I mean? Even
Yeah.
trees have their life.
Got to get rid of them. I'm a tree hugger, but I hate to take down trees. But
Yeah, I know.
we had one fall in our front yard and killed two of our vehicles. Almost got me in my office. So anyway,
Yeah.
Well, thank God you're okay.
I just
Yeah.
thank God I'm okay. That's
I
right.
always say that,
Amen.
yes.
Amen. I'll give you an amen on that one.
Amen.
Anyway, Susan, normally our style is whenever you have a concert, we always have you come in the night before. And Susan said, we're going to do it different this time. We're going to get him in a week early. Because, you're probably going to be on Wayne's show next week.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying,
I would think.
in a couple more minutes, it's going to be sold out. So
That's great. That's great.
It's just about sold out.
Well,
so
you
there's
people
only a
who
few tickets
don't
left,
have
yeah.
tickets, you better hustle down and get them.
Yeah.
Or you guys, you can get them online, right?
You can get them online through what's the name of the ticket?
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just you put Shabu and Eventbrite together, and it'll come up.
Yeah, it's right here. I got it right here.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, and it's
Yeah.
December the 9th at 7 p.m.
Yeah, I think there's like 40 tickets left, or 45
Ooh.
tickets.
We have our
my brother,
tickets.
my
We have our
brother's
tickets.
coming too. I got to get tickets for my brother, but
Good. Oh God,
My brother and his.
I would die if he wasn't here with us. Okay.
Well, he loves your concert.
I know he does. He
and
loves
so
me,
does
yeah.
his friend.
He does love me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I love him too.
I told him that you were
He's
having a concert on the night.
He loves.
He says, I gotta
the
go
blues.
to that.
He loves
Yes.
the blues. He's a blues.
Well,
fanatic.
I'm so grateful that he's scaling the grades if he likes me. So.
Yes, he
He's
is.
scaling the grades. He's there. He's
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
He's got it. And we were talking before about how. I don't want to digress too much, but we want to focus on the concert. The concert is the 9th of September.
December.
December. God, I wish it
December.
was September.
I know,
December,
wishful
I wish
thinking.
it was. I wish
Maybe
it was,
he'll do one
I
next
wish
September.
it was May. but anyway, it is
I
winter
don't
time.
rush time. It's fast enough as it is.
But
Yeah, I
let me
know,
just
but-
say, if it's no more May,
but
you
most
may
of
come by and
you know,
help
most
us
of the
out.
concerts this guy does are outdoors at the Shabu stage or other outdoor
Yeah.
venues. At least around these
Well,
parts.
I don't do too many of anything anymore because I'm pretty much retired, except for helping the right charity, or,
Yeah, well, you're certainly
or
doing
once
a
in
good
a while
job of that.
showing up, as the Jewish Indian down at the casino
Okay.
once a year. You know what I mean? Just to let them know
All
that
right.
I'm still
I'll leave that one go.
still cooking. You know?
Anyway, I am.
Coach Eisenstein.
That's good. That's good. I'm still going to let it go.
Excellent.
I'll
We love that.
compliment you for the remark, but anyway, I just wanted to say
Tom,
that.
I hope you're not listening. You'll be shaking your head again.
I just wanted to say that you and Klaus did a concert like this last year. This is
Yes,
your
we
second
did.
time.
Yeah.
At that same venue, the Klaus
Fabulous
Larson
venue.
Auditorium. And Susan and I were not there because we were far away.
We were in Hawaii.
We were in Hawaii.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
That's what we
but
said,
we
yes.
hated to miss it. I mean, we were, damn, approach conflict, but Hawaii is
Do Hawaii.
Hawaii is tough.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
Hawaii.
it's tough to beat Hawaii. So we were there for a conference plus, and it was wonderful. It's our
You know
second
what's
time.
really good about that place as well, too? Not only the fact that it's immaculately clean and a gorgeous, gorgeous theater, but that it's perfect for the handicapped. There's not a stair. There's nothing. It's just if you're in a wheelchair, you just roll in. They bring you right to your. You can stay in your wheelchair as a seat. You know what I'm saying? they're just, and everybody's so kind that works there, and we do the meet and greets at the end of the night, and they're just spectacular people.
I am so looking forward to being there because I've never been there, and that's why I'm glad you're just starting to describe it.
Yeah.
Because I have not been there, and I heard it's a really nice sized venue.
You know what I feel good about, Dennis, is I'm the one that turned the community onto that theater, because why would you go there? It's not like he does concerts there on a normal basis.
No.
He uses that room for corporate events, because he does stuff all over the country.
It's got a big operation.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, the local people, because of we're doing something local, got to see what was there and got to understand him a little bit more and meet him and know him in not only a business way but in a philanthropic way. His heart is big.
You had him. You were on the Wayne Show with him at least once. I heard the whole show.
Yeah.
I always listen to Wayne Norman. I'm one of his biggest fans, and sometimes I offer him some constructive criticism, which he sometimes takes and sometimes doesn't. But in any event, he's the man. He's the master. He gives me more constructive criticism than I give him. But
he's the voice of Willimantic.
He won't be listening tonight, because he's out in Kansas.
He's a treasure.
He's out in Kansas tonight. Big game tonight. And I hope a lot of people that tuned in early for the big game are on the air right now. They're listening right now.
And when is the game on TV? What time?
I think 9.
Oh, good. So I'm not going to miss it.
No, we'll let you out of here in plenty of time.
It's going to be a great night. I'm going to watch the Yukon Huskies. Then John Wayne movies are on all night.
Oh boy!
It's John Wayne weekend, so I'll be holstering up my gun.
You're starting off the evening with Susan, Matt, and Dennis.
How can you go wrong?
How can you go wrong?
Yeah.
Life is good. Life is good.
Boy, I'll tell you, it's unbelievable. You know what I mean?
I haven't
It
done
truly is. But I just want to say we're really thrilled that you're doing this time of year, because it's the time of year where really people get tuned into giving, and helping out the soup kitchen is one of the things that it'll be great to enjoy your chance to give and to do the soup kitchen, and you've done so many things. I want to just say thank you for all the work that you've done here in Windham, because you've helped out. You paid off the mortgage for the soup kitchen back in the day with these concerts
on 3 buildings.
And then you bought the homeless shelter.
Oh, that's right. I bought that.
Yeah.
The bus?
But
what about the bus?
I bought the bus for the senior center.
Seniors, yeah.
A beautiful bus.
And dedicated it to Edith.
Yes, well done.
Oh, well,
done.
you couldn't do any better than dedicating it to Edith.
Yeah, I love Edith.
Edith and Susan had a special relationship, as you might imagine. They were close. And
she had a special relationship with everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes, she
did. Whether it was good or bad.
When Susan ran for office, Edith,
you know what I mean.
Edith and I locked horns.
She punches, right?
That's right.
Edith and I locked horns a few times.
I remember when Lowell Weicker wanted her to be the lieutenant governor, and she passed.
Well, that's after he wanted to join the area, the agency, aging agency. He joined it up with the Department of Income Maintenance, and she was furious about that.
Right.
And so she said, "Bye-bye, Lowell. You're not going to do that to me."
Well, she almost said bye-bye to me too.
And then she went off. Let me finish, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then she
Far
went
be it from me to
the
interrupt.
Senate.
Yes.
She was a state senator, and she was great. And I know my first term in the House, there was a proposal to put a waste dump right here on the river, going into Sprague in that area. And the Shetucket River, that's right. And Edith and I and Kathy Austin, when she was first selectman in Sprague, we all worked together. Kevin Ryan, Representative Ryan. We went to every single representative and senator individually and stopped that thing from happening here.
Thank God.
Because it was going to ruin the water area there that could be used as reserve water for the future.
Right.
And they would be putting a dump and a waterway where you have a great access to water that could be used.
Susan starring in Not in My Town.
Not in my town.
Not in my river.
Not in my river. That's right.
River.
Yeah.
Not in an area where you're going to destroy access to fresh water for people to drink, not just for this town, but for the whole region.
I would have to say
good work, Susan. That's good work.
Well, thank you. I was actually praising
I'm
Edith.
trying to bust in here. I would have to say, David, that if she had proteges, if Edith had proteges, there were two of them. One was Susan, one was Kathy Austin.
Yeah.
Okay, she wanted Kathy Austin to replace her in that Senate seat.
Yeah.
And when she was campaigning for Susan constantly, when Susan first started,
Yeah.
I can remember this beautiful picture of the two of them that we had on one of our mailers. And
Well, I was thrilled.
Edith
because-
was.
she was excellent because
Wow.
I was in a primary, and Edith came out for me in the primary, which is classically not done. When you run in
That's
a
right.
primary, most people who, especially elected officials,
Yeah.
don't come out in support of people in primaries. But Edith did that for me. It was a great honor.
Yeah.
And wonderful because I worked with her on issues regarding senior citizens and health care. So Edith and I worked together on those issues for years. But
She was like instrumental with almost putting me out of business at Shibu because of Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Yeah.
oh boy,
And I loved her for it.
yeah, well, good.
Because I never drank either. I was one of those ones. They say, hey Lefty, did this person play there? You better check with Lefty. He's the only one that remembers anything. He didn't drink. But anyway, so I'd be at Tony's Pizza and I'd see Edith in there, and I'd go give her a big hug, and I go, you put me out of business, and I still love you so much because you're right.
So you had a way
You were
with her.
100% right, and I can't disagree with you. Even though it didn't help my business
What was her
much.
response?
But I'm just saying, you were right. Because it was people used to get so drunk,
Maybe that's what I should have done.
and drive
She
a
was mad
car.
at me.
It was awful when we were kids. So I'm
Yes,
just saying,
yeah, it was.
When
it
she
needs
was
to be
mad at me,
fixed,
I
yeah.
probably should have
yeah.
done that too. I should have said you were right. But what I said instead, publicly, I said, if Edith Prague was my state senator, I would run to the polls to vote for her.
Yeah.
And I still got a blasé response from Edith. But, our relationship was so good, mainly because she did love Susan Johnson.
Well, she also
Isn't that
loved
nice?
Leslie O'Brien.
I annoyed her a few times.
Yeah.
And Leslie O. She loved me.
Well, we're thinking of you, Edith. We love you.
We
Yes,
do. We love you.
absolutely love you.
Thinking of you at the concert. We got to talk about
And
the
her
concert.
heart was big at Christmas time. I mean, she would do anything for somebody that was in need.
Yes.
I don't care what it was. If somebody was in need,
Yep.
she'd be the first one there. And if you got in her way, look out. Oh, man.
I did it once.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, I'm an opinionated guy, and nobody's going to agree with me all the time. Anyway, one opinion I have that I know you'll all agree with is that we got to be there if we can get a ticket. Hopefully, people will buy up the remaining tickets soon, and that would be for December 9th at the Klaus Larson
Dennis,
Auditorium.
they're going to buy the tickets.
They're going to buy the tickets.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just don't
I'm
snooze.
glad I got mine.
Don't snooze, because if you snooze, you're going
If
to
you
lose.
snooze, you lose. Yeah.
And it's like, look, I don't make a pest of myself. I sing maybe twice a year, and where people can take a peek at me,
Yeah.
because I don't want to make a pest of myself. Number one. Number two, when I show up, I want people to show up to raise money for a charity. So
Yep.
if you're playing every 5 minutes somewhere,
Yeah.
I don't operate that way. I operate
Right.
just the opposite. You know what I mean? Mystique.
Well, we're thrilled that you actually come and you're so generous with Wyndham because Wyndham has huge needs, and we are a great community that supports the region and supports the state. One of the things that we do here is we support everybody, and you don't see that in other towns. You don't see
No.
other towns that have 3 homeless shelters. You don't see other towns with soup kitchens. You don't see other
That are
towns
feeding 10 communities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent point.
Feeding 10 communities.
10 communities. It's right here in Wyndham.
And then everybody complains because they have to pay. The taxes are too high in Willamette. That's why we live on the. Wait a minute. That's another thing. It's like,
Well, we do
look
pay
what's
more
going
here.
on here.
That's right.
Actually,
and
we're-
actually, this is
doing
something
better
that
with
Yeah.
I'm
We are.
bringing to the state those issues every single time I have a chance. Whether it's for education, whether it's for making sure the temporary assistance for needy families is improved, and we were able to do that this last session.
Yeah.
Because we had the second worst program in the whole country.
Why? Huh?
Yeah. Second worst. 21 months and you're off for life.
Wow.
Can you imagine that with little ones and
That's for
everything?
children.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
But anyway, we got to 36 months this cycle, so we're doing better. But we could get up to 60 because that's what the federal law allows.
Well,
So let's hope we continue to get the governor and the people together so that they will take care of the women
It's a pretty
and children.
tricky time, isn't it, Susan?
It's always this happened under Roland, and it's taken me 10 years to get to this.
Boy.
to get it
10
done.
years to get it done.
Yeah.
10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a great cast of artists, characters and artists coming
Yeah.
in on the December 9th. One guy that I always love to see is Cliff Goodwin. I think Cliff Goodwin is amazing.
Well, he is. Yeah,
He's
he's quite the guitar player.
Was it bass guitar?
No, he's the lead guitar.
Lead guitar. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. You know, I'm not a musician. I can sing, but I can't play an instrument. But
Wolfie plays.
yeah, he says yeah.
Well, Wolfie plays the low notes. But Cliff plays he plays the pretty chords and the
He
and
sure
the solos and the
He sure does.
yeah.
He's been. I don't think he's missed a concert that you've done for the benefit.
Well,
of
we've been
anybody here.
like brothers for like
Really?
20-something years, 25
Really,
years.
but you
now.
got James Montgomery coming in too.
Yeah,
What a talent.
Wow. That's
yeah,
impressive.
James, and I've got the Rolling Stones horn section.
That's
Wow.
right. That's right.
Wow.
I mean, they don't come into Willimantic unless I'm calling them.
Yeah, I never
You
see
know,
him unless you're
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah.
That's right.
And they played with Jay Giles as
Yeah.
well as the Stones, and they played with Buster Poindexter and
Wow.
David Johansen and the New York Dolls, and I mean they're on 1,000 records.
Well, Cliff Goodwin played with Joe Cocker. I know that.
He played with Joe Cocker. He played with Robert Palmer,
Right, Robert Palmer. Yeah.
and then he made his last record he made was at Abbey Road.
Wow.
He was invited to
Oh, that's
record
right.
at Abbey
That
Road
was fairly recently.
fairly recently.
Yeah,
So I'm just saying, and all my rhythm section was his band.
Right.
So,
So-
I'm pretty proud of the whole band. I mean,
Well, you should
we're
be.
making a record at Abbey Road in London. You don't get invited to record there unless it's pretty special,
I'd say.
Anyway, this
that's,
is
that's phenomenal.
this cast of characters you've got coming in on 12/9, Saturday, December 9th is very special. They can play. You can sing.
And Christine's coming.
Christine Ullman,
Yeah.
I have
Beehive
Cool.
Queen.
I
yeah.
have I have developed a semi-relationship with her on Facebook. I Facebook with back
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh,
Not for a while, but every time there's a concert, I tell her how much I appreciated her. And she gets back to me. She doesn't ignore me as just another fan.
And the sleeper special guest this year
Woohoo.
is Marty Clark, who is a local
yeah. Oh,
guy
Yeah.
Wonderful.
who got very successful
Yeah.
in the crane business. He's in Lebanon. It's King
Yes.
Crane is his name of his company. But he used to play in a group called After Taxes, which
Yeah.
was a local group here, Joey Lemure and all those
Yeah.
guys. And I used to book them when I was
Oh,
at the
cool.
booking agencies.
Wow.
And I sent them all over. I sent them to Canada. I sent them all over upper state New York. I sent them to the Virgin Islands for a winter to play down there for the winter.
Wow, that's almost as good as away.
So they were my little like sons,
yeah.
and now Marty's in his late 50s, and he plays harmonica and sings like a bird. He's
great.
very, very, very good, and he's quite popular. And here's the catch: he played Klaus's wedding
Oh wow, that's
because
impressive.
he lives in Lebanon and Klaus lives in
Oh,
Lebanon.
I didn't know classes in Lebanon.
Yeah, that's where his
I
home
did
is.
because I
Yeah.
read the materials.
Oh,
Yeah, so
wow.
I'm just saying, isn't that something where he played his wedding? So
Fabulous,
and then the
absolutely
circle
fabulous.
comes all the way around. Now here he is, So I mean, I'm just so grateful that he's going to be on the show because he is really good.
Yes. Oh.
We
He's
should point
really-
out
he's
to
very good, and he's got a big following.
a lot
Yeah,
of. Well, he's got a real big
he's
following. Of
local
course,
here, yeah, of
he's a
course.
great musician. He's got great people playing with him. Great singer, and he's also the son of a really well-known Willimantic family.
Yeah.
The son of Kathy Clark and Tony Clark, and the brother of Annie Clark and a few others.
Yes.
And I've known Marty for a long time. In fact, I think the last time I saw him perform, because he's been all over the place and he hasn't been around here.
Right.
I hardly ever leave Willimantic.
Right.
Went to Hawaii last December. We admit it, we did, but we're here most of the time. At least I am, and I'm Willimantic is. I got an 11-year-old truck. I brought it in for service today. It's got 45,000 miles on it. And so that's how far I go. I don't go very. When I go to Hartford, it's a big deal. But anyway,
Road trip.
The last time
Oh, yeah.
road trip, right?
Yeah.
The
Well,
last time I
drive
saw
in the
Marty
cart.
Clark perform, sad to say, was at his mother's funeral,
Oh.
and he was amazing.
Yeah.
He was amazing, and I
Yeah.
told him he'll probably forget. I said I want him to do mine, if there is one for me. If they don't just
You know what I can't wait
If
for?
I don't just become dust in the wind. I
Dennis,
don't
you know what I can't wait though?
Yeah.
He's going to drive my jet. Because that's the way I look at my band. It's like piloting a jet.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, everywhere you look, there's just brilliance everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's not like you have to rehearse. You don't rehearse. They
you
laugh
guys-
if you call rehearsing. We haven't rehearsed in 35 years. We just call the key and count it off. But
That's really cool.
whoever's singing,
Amazing.
those guys are like, they're not only listening, but they don't take their eyes off them. So Marty will have their attention, and
Yeah.
he's gonna have a good time. Every singer that has musicians like that has a really good time, where you don't have to battle to get on top of the band, or
Yeah.
somebody's cutting in on you when you're singing. They're playing through your singing, and
Yeah.
these guys they're so pro. They don't step on you.
Well, that's wonderful.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
the singer can sing,
Yeah.
and then when he blows his harp, when he gets to play with Montgomery, you know what I'm saying?
oh,
That's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be like, to watch that. I'm just gonna sit there like the old man going, oh, I put these kids, I got this kid together with my idol James Montgomery. It makes you feel so good. It's like fathers and sons.
It's like true
You know-
leadership, making sure people have success, and
Yeah.
that's really what leadership is about. It's making
You
sure
pass-
that people.
What is
you
it? Passing it down to
Yeah,
the next
exactly,
one. Yeah.
exactly. That's
Because I
it
mean,
right
let's
there.
face it.
Yeah.
I'm only going to be here so long. Then I'm going to be gone, and then it's up to other people to take over and take.
Yeah.
And that's what we keep on trying to do. We keep on trying to regroom and rebuild so that the circle keeps going.
Yeah, keep passing it on,
Yeah.
and the amazing goodwill that you do. I mean, the vision that you have to take care of people is just a wonderful thing, and it's wonderful for here because I think a lot of people kind of ignore this small little community with all the services that we do, and you don't. You get it, and you take care of us.
Well, I've made a promise to just instead of trying to be a big shot and be like send. I don't give money to Harvard University. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't give money to Yale.
Right.
They don't need me. You know what I mean? I'd be like a pimple anyway in those situations. That's big business, big city stuff. Money was earned here, in my life and in my
Yes,
parents' life
yes.
and the family business life. So I always felt that it belongs here.
And I'm
Yeah.
thrilled by that. And one of the things at one of your concerts, I was talking to people about kind of the history and all the people who were here when the Mills were here, and how a lot of the bands and everything came
Oh, yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And it was kind of interesting because that sense of community was there, and you carry that through. And you want to tell us a little bit about how that all worked
Well,
together?
Mom and Dad used to sing at the Tab on Valley Street.
Yeah.
It used to be where Watson's taxi cab service was upstairs.
Yeah.
Now it's probably the parking lot of the kitchen and bathroom modeling place where Lennon Motors is.
Yeah.
Somewhere like that, or
Yeah.
maybe over near where Willard's was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how long ago we're talking. It was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
we didn't get to town
It was
until
upstairs. It was on the second floor, but it was packed every Friday night. It was called the Tab. And then my father also used to sing at the Shell Chateau on Friday nights.
Yep. I remember that. I remember the show.
Oh, yeah,
a
we-
few other nights, yeah, and
Yeah.
that was Benny Hochberg's place
Right,
at
right.
the time.
Yeah, it burned.
He was another local guy that took care of a lot of families. We built Circle Drive,
Oh.
and in those days, what he did was people couldn't afford to get a mortgage.
Yep.
He'd write them a mortgage.
Wow. That's fabulous.
He'd just shake hands and say,
Here,
you got a job? Okay, pay the mortgage. Here, you got a house.
fabulous. See?
And he got a lot of people going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
what-
community. That's how we had community.
That's what happened here.
And
This is
then
what-
then you had Bruce John, and you got together, and Kathy John, and
Carrie and Gary and
Gary,
and Mark, my brother. Yeah.
and you had the Shabu Inn.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's how all that happened. Is that how that happened? Or-
Yes, that's exactly how it
Okay.
happened. And we used to hang out at Lou's at night and have sandwiches. And it was
Yeah.
hysterical. And Bruce's father he'd like yell into the Bain Marie, like 3 Foz Dixon up. But he had a name for every sandwich, and the people they're going, you're yelling into the mayonnaise thing. goes, well, no, we're putting an order in. They're making it downstairs, you know.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
totally forgot everybody, his father. And then his father would go, we were just, we had so much fun there. And that's how we became best friends. And then we said, let's open up a nightclub, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's that sense of community that because of the the mills kind of shut down and all the little businesses got moved out.
Yeah, we had to,
and
we all had to adjust.
And so we had to adjust, but it really, and we're still very lucky. We have WILI here, 1400.
Well, thank God we have
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we have WILI. We've got
AM and FM.
Yeah,
And then we had the Crosby
95.3.
family with the Chronicle.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And
right.
we
And
still
And
have the
they were
Chronicle.
wonderful. And that was a wonderful newspaper, boy. That was something,
No,
boy.
but fortunately, we still have the Chronicle.
Yeah, we do.
And it's not quite the same as when the Crosby family had it, but it's still here, and it's still a local
Well,
news.
newspaper businesses were in itself a lot more, how would you say it,
In demand.
in demand then.
Yeah.
Whereas today it's a real tough business. So
Today it's all electronic.
Well, they kind of gobbled it up too.
Yeah.
But I think what happened. One of the things that that happened was that we lost a sense of community because what paid for the advertisements here at WILI was the local businesses.
Sure.
And what happens now? How much does Walmart pay?
Right.
Yeah, and it's that kind of thing. So when you get those Amazon, what's Amazon doing for WILI? Huh?
Yeah, nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's Amazon doing for your property taxes here in town? Nothing, because they're not located here. They say, but they're in Windsor Locks. Yeah, but all the little downtown businesses that pay the property tax, Amazon's stealing from them. So it is kind of an interesting thing that's occurred here. But that sense of community, I just wanted to kind of explore that because
That's
I
why
think
it's
that-
also nice, though, when you see a statewide business like Klaus's business.
Yes, and he's here.
And he chose here
Yes,
to pay his taxes.
yes,
Well, the taxes he
Fabulous.
pays on that building would have to be astounding, right?
sure.
And I'm just saying, not only that, and then he's employing a lot of people to work for him that live here.
That's right.
And then he's doing all this philanthropic work with his profits.
Yeah.
So you just sit there and go, yeah, now
love
he's
that.
one of us.
Yes, he is.
And
Yes, he
he
is.
deserves to be, all you wish for with a guy like that is just get as big as you can,
Yeah.
So the Vivos were like that with William
Oh,
Quist.
yeah.
They were very
Yeah.
philanthropic.
They're still philanthropic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
we're getting a signal here to go and have our sponsors help us out here at WILI. This is Susan Johnson. I'm here with my co-host Dennis O'Brien and our incredibly very special guest, David Foster. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, it's Dennis O'Brien. I'm still here. And
That's good, Karnak.
watch out or I'll sing. I'm still here with Susan Johnson and the real singer on the panel here, David Foster.
Oh, please.
Of course.
Well, thank you.
And he'll be singing again on December 9th over at the Klaus Larson Auditorium.
Yeah.
Show starts at 7 p.m., doors open at 6. And we'll be there, right, Susan?
Oh, absolutely, Dennis.
We got our tickets, right?
I went right over and bought my tickets yesterday.
You got
and I'm
one
all
for your
set.
brother, too.
No, I'm going to get
Wow,
those
the
next.
jazz man,
I'm gonna
okay.
get-
I'll
and
be
if
singing you a blues, Dennis.
I want to hear the blues.
It'll be something like, I've been watching you. I see everything you do.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
great.
man.
That sounds like
Hey, we're going to have some fun up there next
sounds
week.
like
You
Santa.
better come out and join us. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We gotta
Yeah.
get Matt.
Be
We gotta
there.
get Rupar over there.
All right, Matt.
This is
All
That's
right.
good,
this
Matt.
is
That's good.
Very
Yeah.
good, Matt.
This is incredible.
You know, if you have any problems, drop my name.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll work, but
it'll probably work.
you know.
I just want to bring up.
Just tell them you're with the WILI media crew.
Yeah.
That's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I told him that last
Throw your weight around, for God's sakes. And just say, hey, I know Klaus,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me no bueno for crying out loud.
Tell me
Yeah.
David.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to say something. We missed the concert last year, and we're very sad to miss it. Although we were enjoying ourselves on the island of Oahu. We were in Honolulu. The last time we were there before, we were in Maui. That was 20 years before.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
we know the Lahaina area where the
Yeah.
horrible situation. I don't want to digress on that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to point out that I remember you did a concert, a show at that place that's on the corner right before the Frog Bridge. It was a a restaurant in a facility for you could place bets on horses.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember
yeah.
that?
Yeah. Now
Remember
it's
that concert you did
Boskets.
there?
It's Boskets appliance now.
It's now Boskets.
Oh yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't think. I did not think.
we
I
were
thought.
there,
I thought you guys were too big in terms of your sound to be to do a concert in there, but it was incredible.
It was great.
Susan and I
I
think
think
that's
we
the
danced
last.
the entire
That's the
time.
last time I danced all night. Right up near the band, and you know what? You may not remember this, but I will always remember it. You came over to us and you said that Matt Guitar Murphy was there. We had seen him there,
Yeah.
and that he wanted to have dinner with somebody, and you asked us to have dinner with Matt Guitar Murphy. Of course, we said yeah, and we did, and we had a wonderful time
fabulous, absolutely
talking to Matt
fabulous.
Guitar Murphy about the Blues Brothers
Oh, yeah.
and Belushi. And,
Oh, sure.
Oh man, that was so good, and he autographed a CD for Susan.
Yeah.
and he had been ill, but he played his butt off.
He was the man.
amazing.
He was the man that built this band.
He was amazing.
Wow, it was
Matt
great.
Murphy's the guy, man. He's the guy that got us started in nationally.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
We played
yeah.
the whole country because of
Yeah,
Matt.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sad that he's not around anymore.
Me too.
But he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that
He's
night.
wonderful.
That night, I'll never forget that. And I brag about that to people how we had dinner with Matt Guitar Murphy, and we talked to him for quite a while
Yeah.
about the Blues Brothers. I'll never forget. I said, Matt, sometimes when I want to be entertained and I'm feeling a little down, I will go to my computer and I'll queue up the scene in the restaurant with dancing.
Aretha.
That's right, with Aretha Franklin
yeah.
singing.
You better think.
You,
yeah.
you better think. And Belushi
I
and
love that.
Aykroyd and
I love
everybody
that,
else
yeah.
dancing.
Yeah.
He said, as you, and then at the end you throw your apron on the floor
Yeah.
and walk out.
Yeah, yeah.
I said that was so good. He says, yeah. He says that was great. He says, but I was in the whole movie, and he was.
Oh, yeah.
he was.
Oh, yeah,
He
he-
was. The
yeah.
scene where they're behind the screen there. That
Yep. Yeah, they're throwing everything
they're
at
throwing
the.
everything at
Oh,
him
that
in
was
the- in the
hysterical. Yeah,
redneck
yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
That was so hysterical.
Yeah.
And then the scene with Ray Charles.
Oh yeah.
And Ray Charles's.
Or
store.
how about the scene with what was his name? He wore the white suit. It was big. He was huge in the 30s and 40s. Anyway, he was part of the movie, but and Matt had the white tuxedo on, played the jazz
Oh,
guitar,
God.
and
Oh, God.
oh,
What
it
a
was so
scene.
good,
What a
man.
scene.
Yeah.
But that
Fabulous.
was, I mean, that's one of my favorite all-time movies. I think it's probably true of a lot of people.
Well, the Blues Brothers, yeah.
The Blues Brothers, yeah. And I mean, that's one movie that I will watch. If it shows up on TV, I will watch it again and again and again. The other one is probably The Producers. The original producers with Zero Mostel and Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
But there aren't too many movies I want to watch over and over again.
Matt
But
Murphy-
that movie was so great.
Matt Murphy knew the whole country. When I toured with
Yep.
him,
Yep.
he didn't even use the road atlas after a while.
Oh,
This was
wow.
before what we had it in your phone. There was no phones then,
Right.
so
right.
you had the road atlas
Oh, yeah.
everywhere.
Everybody
He didn't
used
even
it.
need the road atlas.
Wow.
So he'd be sleeping in the car. I'd be driving, right? We'd be in like Louisiana.
Yeah.
All right, we're driving down this pitch black road. All of a sudden, Matt would wake up. He was in the. I was driving and he was in the passenger seat. And he'd wake up and he'd go, Lefty, in about a quarter of a mile, make a right. And I go,
He's like GPS.
Matt, you were asleep. This is not even a right turn. He goes, it's going to come up. It's coming up soon. Make the right turn.
Trust me.
Sure
great.
enough, a quarter of a mile, this is the right turn, right?
Wow.
Make the right turn. He goes, the club will be down on the left about a mile and a half.
Yeah, just a cartographer, really.
I mean, he just came out of a sound sleep.
He'd been everywhere, like Johnny Cash.
Yeah, and then he'd say stuff like, Lefty, you drive good. Keep driving.
That's what I say to Susan when we go
You
anywhere.
know, you can't make this stuff up.
No,
It just happened.
That's
That's
great.
the same thing I say to Susan when we drive. We've driven to Chicago and St. Louis, and we went to Baltimore this year. And I said, Susan, you drive great. I said, you keep driving.
Yeah.
I'm the passenger.
Yeah, she's a good driver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
I can't fall asleep when someone else is driving. Long
It's
distance.
okay, you
I
can
can't do it.
sleep.
I got to be awake. Just get over there. Wake up. You know?
Yeah.
I don't want the driver to fall asleep on, but she would never fall asleep.
No.
She's amazing. She can do anything. And takes good care of me, and the reason I'm still as healthy as I am.
You're like
is-
me. You and I are the luckiest
We got-
guys in the world. We
that's
have
right.
great
You got
wives.
Marilyn. Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? We're just lucky.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
got
for
a-
that. I appreciate it.
I got a little mark on my nose here. She says, you got to go to the dermatologist. I said, called up there. I'm a frequent flyer with the dermatologist. They made an appointment for me next Tuesday. I'm going
There
to
you
get
go.
there. Yeah.
Put in a good word for me. Jeez. What do you
Anyway.
think, Susan, huh?
Anyway, what's going to happen, David Foster, on December 9th up in North Windham at 29 North Ridge Road?
That's right. That's just to the right of Walmart. It used to be where the old Sears building is. And it's an absolutely drop-dead, gorgeous, stunning theater to hear music in. The acoustics are wonderful. The sight lines are all beautiful. There's even a runway that goes down the front of the stage, like when the Stones would play and Mick would run down the front.
Oh,
There's a runway there.
Yeah, I was actually there when they first opened. I provided them with a citation from the state of Connecticut for opening
Oh,
up
nice,
here.
yeah.
So I've been in there for a couple of events, and it's beautiful. Is it fabulous?
I mean, the
said, wow.
bathrooms, you can't wait to go to the bathroom. It's so nice in there.
Oh, wow.
It's like
But it was great. I
That's-
mean, it was a wonderful.
it's great for our crowd. You know what I'm saying? Hey, didn't I see you in there 10 minutes ago? So
But it was wonderful to be there, and I said, "Wow, they really did a beautiful job with that building," and I was very, very excited.
We're
to
gonna have
them
we're
here.
gonna have some nice music. We're gonna have some nice singing,
Yes.
and then I'm gonna story tell a little bit, and then
Yeah.
I want to recognize some wonderful people in the community that not only help but that help all year round. Our healthcare givers and
Sure.
Yes.
and our first responders and stuff like that. I want to just
Well, and the volunteers at the soup kitchen.
oh yeah, just
Oh,
Ray
yeah.
Armenian Company.
Yeah,
my
I mean,
goodness.
all
They
those
just-
Kids
people
from
are-
Eastern, from the rugby
Amazing
team.
stuff.
they're great. There's so
Amazing.
many great
It's
people.
amazing.
Yeah,
Very,
so
very,
I'm just
very
saying
good.
that we're lucky to have this community.
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
we are.
yeah.
It's
Well, that's
caring-
one of the great things about any concert you have at the Shabu stage or at Klaus Larson's place, and that is that you see all these wonderful people who live in this town, in this region.
Well, that's
at
why I
these
like to
concerts.
do it too.
Because sometimes you see, I hadn't seen Hugh Blumenthal in a few years.
Yeah.
He used to be the state troubadour. Great guy.
Yeah.
Became a doctor, working with low-income people in Hartford.
Yeah.
Wonderful guy. I hadn't seen him for a while, but last summer, I was at one of your concerts, and he was there.
Isn't that
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Well, it makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
You
Yes,
know?
it does.
We're very lucky, and
Right.
and don't forget, you guys. Look, if you need the grass cut at your house, call me. I'll show up with a lawnmower.
Not right now.
I'm still a good grass cutter, so
I
looking for a little part-time work.
well,
I think here's the story. I think that you grew up in that neighborhood, and here we are. We are the current occupants of the wonderful house
of the Greer home.
that,
Yeah.
that was
Yes.
owned by
Yeah.
the Greer family.
Yes, what a family.
And,
Yeah.
and before that, it was before Greer. She was
was
married to
Philip Lauder.
Philip Lauder.
Right.
That's
And-
right.
and
And
so-
and that is a wonderful property, wonderful house, and I can.
And that's where the Willaminic song comes from.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's right. That's right. Jesse Greer.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
Tin Pan Alley songwriter. He wrote a song.
I'll probably be singing that on the next Saturday.
Oh, that would be
Oh, that'd
great.
be
That would
fabulous.
great.
We love
That
that.
would- we'd love
We
that.
would love
yeah,
that.
oh,
Love
yeah. I mean, we got a whole court and do that one.
Fantastic.
Wow,
We-
that'd be.
yeah.
People love that. I saw people have posted it on Facebook, and everybody said, "We didn't know about that song. Where did that come from?" And it's just like every
It's
so
a
often
great,
I put,
it's a great tune. Isn't
every
it?
so often I put where it came from, and I had actually a student from UConn wanting to get a copy of it, so I went and got a copy for a student at UConn. I was doing a history on these things at WILI and the songs here, so it was wonderful that people all of a sudden they go, "Wow!" And every so often Wayno plays it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he does.
He
Yes.
plays it a lot.
Yes, he does.
And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a great song to do, and I put it on my Facebook page from time to
I wonder
time.
if Wayne will be here. I invited him to be the MC, but he'd probably
Depends
be
on his UConn schedule.
Right, that's
We'll
what
have to check the schedule.
Yeah.
Do it after the show. Anyway,
We'll get it done.
we will get it done. But anyway, I want to finish that story. I came home. I was probably up at swimming at the Mansfield Community Center. It was I came home, and I know the grass was really high, and I hadn't mowed it, and I was in.
I told him not to because it was no mow May month.
Oh, that's right.
And
That's
so
right.
save
That's
the
right.
bees,
Yeah,
but
she was
see.
taking it too far, though. It looked like.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I did.
No.
I made a
no.
boo boo.
I was
you did not
delighted.
make
I
a
was
boo-boo.
delighted.
He was
But I
thrilled.
was puzzled. I came in and I said, "Wait a minute. I know how high that grass was. What the hell happened?" And then she told me the story
Yeah,
about her.
I showed the picture of you with it.
You came up the street.
The
with
rabbi
her.
walked by with his wife, and I'm
Oh, yeah, Jeremy,
waving
yeah.
to him, and he's going, "Who the hell's that guy?" You know, because I'm in a closed glass tractor. You know.
Yeah.
So finally, I stopped and I went, "Rabbi, it's me, it's David." He goes, "Oh my God!" So I go, "Look, I'll be at your house. I'll cut your lawn in 10 minutes as soon as I finish over here. Then I'll go cut the temple." I
I
said,
figured it was because you grew up in the neighborhood and you couldn't stand to see the neighborhood looking run down like that.
"No, I just wanted
But
to."
that
be,
was Susan's fault.
I just wanted to be a good little.
He was
you know,
wonderful.
what a guy.
Yeah,
I was
because
so
when I was a little kid, all I did was ride my bike
You
like
were
crazy
there.
up and down the streets, and
Bolivia's
I wasn't much help to anybody. I was kind of a little delinquent, but
Well, that's
I'm saying-
what we were all like that.
we were kids.
We were
I mean,
kids.
you know,
Kids do whatever, you know.
you got to. Yeah, I mean,
Although I tell you, I was a big kid. I grew up. I was probably as tall as I am now when I was 8 or 9.
Wow.
And my father was mowing the lawn with a hand mower, push
Right.
mower, and he had hills in the back. And once said, "Hey, Dad, can I do that?" And so I did it once, and I said, after I finished, it was hard. It was pushing that thing,
Yeah.
no propulsion, but my own. And I said, "Oh, Dad, I don't think I want to do that anymore." He says, "Nope, you got it now, buddy. It's your job." And so for the rest of my time living in that house on Country Club Road in Willimantic, right near the
In
Stanley Golf
New
Course,
Britain, actually.
I mowed that lawn.
There you go,
Country
My
Dennis.
dad would not let me off the hook.
And you must have been going, "Me and my big ideas."
Oh,
man."
absolutely.
Just-
I was.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah. The kids
Talk
always
about-
want to do what the parents
Oh,
do. And
no,
then-
what have I
then when
done?
I've been known to put my foot in my mouth more than once, and that was one of.
Put
that was
me
one
in
of the
mouth
most
this time, yeah.
Most memorable times of all.
Oh God! Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I've had my lawn mowing stories.
Yeah.
Yes,
But the time that I came home and the lawn was magically mowed beautifully.
Yeah.
Yes.
I said, "What?
Oh,
That was like my motorcycle story in the backyard one day. Yeah, I was jumping a rock. I bought a motorcycle. You know,
Oh.
and Lester came home from the Y.
Uh-huh.
You know,
I used to see him there all the time.
and he calmly walked down the backyard. And when he got to the edge of the field, he stopped and went. I went, "Oh." You know.
Yeah.
So I put the bike on its kickstand, and I walk up to him, and he was very calmly looks at me. He looks right through me, and,
Yeah.
he goes, "It's 4:30. Lose the motorcycle by 7 o'clock, or you're disowned."
Oh.
And
Whoa.
he turned around and walked back to the house. I went, "Oh."
Yeah.
So I just bought the motorcycle. So I went back to the guy I bought the motorcycle from and
Yeah.
said, "I can't have this. My father's going to disown me.
Yeah.
Here, just take the bike back. You're going to have to sell it to somebody else." He understood he was a friend of mine, so he gave me the money back. I show up for supper,
Yeah.
and we'd never sit down until Phyllis put all the food on the table, and then we'd say grace. And he'd go, "David, don't sit down yet. What'd you do with the motorcycle? Did you get rid of it?" I said, "Yeah, I did that." He goes, "So you swear on a Bible right now that I will never see you riding a motorcycle as long as I'm taking breaths?" I said, "You won't, Dad. You won't see that." He goes, "Okay, you can eat. Otherwise, get out."
Wow. He really didn't like motorcycles, did he?
Well,
No,
I thought
he,
it
well,
was
he didn't want me to
dangerous.
get killed on a
Yeah.
motorcycle.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. He was just saying, I love you. I don't want you to get killed on a
Yeah,
motorcycle.
Yeah.
That's right.
Interesting.
But I mean, that's the way he would discipline me.
Yes.
And then, of course, after all that that sternness,
Yes.
he came and gave me a hug, and
Well,
he just said, "I
very
love you.
nice.
I don't want to bury you."
You know,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's right.
And you don't
that's
understand. You're too young to understand how much it hurts when you hit the pavement
Yeah. It
on
does
a motorcycle
hurt.
if somebody's not paying attention,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
or
right.
a drunk driver hits you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're dead. It's over.
Yeah. It certainly could be.
That's why
for
you got
sure.
all these lawyers advertising on TV
Yeah.
and saying that they ride and they're ready.
They go, "Call us. We'll tell you what your thing's worth."
They're ready to represent
That's
you.
it. It's unbelievable. Hey, we can tell you how much your case is worth
Right.
on your first phone call. It's
Right.
like, oh my God, is that
And
disgusting?
you don't have to pay us if we don't win.
And my,
That's
you
true
know,
of
we
everybody.
grew up in the generation of Sue somebody? No, it was our fault. We're not going to sue
That's right.
anybody.
Well, yeah, there's
We just got to hope that they're okay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're not going to, or even if it wasn't our fault, we're not going to sue anybody.
Well,
You know,
I think people sued people to get the money back for the damage that they caused.
well, that's a little different. They call that insurance, where the insurance just took care of it.
Yeah, the insurance
You
takes
know,
care
but I
of it.
Yeah,
mean,
by
now
and
they're
large.
going. No, we want to give you a lot more money than the insurance company wants to give you. You
Well,
know?
Yeah, they want to
Well,
get your
they-
pain and suffering and all stuff.
Right?
Well, I mean, the insurance company doesn't want to give you anything.
No, they never do.
Well, they'll call you
Yeah.
up and they'll make you a very
Yeah,
low offer.
the insurance company is very, very, very stingy.
Yeah.
And they've gotten worse.
Boy, we
over
are
the years.
covering everything under the sun.
We are. We're covering it.
We
Yeah.
got to make sure we remind people about December 9th.
Edna, I'm glad you didn't meet. You're glad you didn't meet me.
Well, yeah, I mean, Aetna certainly is out there doing stuff that, we would disagree with, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Aetna.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
And,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and I could do numerous things, but we won't go into that.
No.
It would take up hours and hours for me to go into all the bad things.
We
Let me
don't
tell you
have that.
something. We'd have endless material.
Our
Yes,
sponsors
we do
don't.
actually have endless material.
We do. It's unbelievable.
It is.
It's
It
sort of
is,
like
yeah.
we're getting sleepy. Can we go home?
You know, our wonderful sponsors, Denny and Craig Gates, have sponsored
They
us
are
for more
fabulous.
than 20
yes.
years.
Yes.
Oh,
And
thank
they
you.
don't pay for more than an hour. That's all we get, and that's all we need.
Yes.
So we can't cover the whole world.
No.
In fact,
certainly
here
not.
comes Matt to tell us it's almost time. 2 minutes. Okay,
Wow.
David.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
on.
Yes.
Anyway,
Tell us
I
all-
thank you all for having us here today. Thanks to WILI. They've done a terrific job. Many thanks to the Chronicle. Many chance to, Stephanie Case over there and that worked hard at Klaus Larson's place. David Smith, my dear friend that used to be the doorman at Shabu. He's worked hard on this. And countless other people. And let's all show up next Saturday night and try to raise some money for Kimberly Clark's fabulous Covenant Soup Kitchen here in Willimantic. They need the energy and the money more than ever in these times. So thank you and happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah. Sending love. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, David Foster, for putting this all together. We can't be more happy and thrilled with the fact that you do this for the people here in town and the people in the region. So I know that you're going to sell out fast, and you better get down there and get those tickets and sign on with Eventbrite.
Yeah, Eventbrite. Just put Shabu in the Eventbrite thing, it'll come up. And
Yeah.
by the way, you got to thank Marilyn because Marilyn's
Hey, all right, Marilyn.
my wife Marilyn is really the one that needs to be thought of because, if it wasn't for Marilyn, let's not even talk about
She's
that.
the woman behind the man.
You betcha.
Anyway, this is going to be a great. We have a lot of great nights here in the town of Windham, but 12/9 December 9th is going to be another great night in the town of Windham. Great night, wonderful night. Hope you can be there. I'll be there. Susan will be there. David Foster will definitely be there, and we're going to have a great night. Matt Rupar is going to be there.
All right,
Dwight
Matt.
Johnson, Sue's brother's going to be there, and
Yep.
I hope you're there too, folks. And we'll see you there, and we'll enjoy it. And it's going to be, a great night for Windham.
Great night and a good cause.
Thank you so much, and thank you, David, for stopping by and giving us our usual pre-concert show here on Let's Talk About It.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be back next week with another fabulous show. It's Dennis O'Brien for Susan Johnson, David Foster, Matt Rupar, wishing you a wonderful weekend.